welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is an empties video. It's funny because I truly thought sitting down to film this video, I had way more empties in my empties bin than I actually do, but we're already here. I have the bin up here, so we're just gonna film this video anyway and go through the products that I've finished since my last empties video. I say this every time I film one of these, but this has been one of my favorite videos to watch and film for years and years and years because it is just so interesting to me to see the products that people actually finish. Like, people use a lot of different products. I myself even use a lot of different products, but I don't finish everything. And I'm saying that as a panner, that I don't finish everything. So just the regular day-to-day product user, I don't know what we would, the regular day-to-day person is not finishing everything either most of the time. And so it is interesting to see what people are finishing. So all of that to say, I am gonna go through that, but I did see this here and I want to talk about it because I don't know if any of you are like me, but I do enjoy baking and cooking, but I don't like looking at my phone for recipes, but that's where I pull them up. I'm either asking ChatGPT how to use different ingredients together, or I am searching for recipes, and it's just another time that I'm on my phone. I feel like I am in front of a device way too much as it is. Like, I work in front of a computer. I'm obviously on my phone a lot. If I'm editing a video, I'm in front of a computer. I like to watch a show, so like, that's why I read like real books instead of like reading on a Kindle or something. Honestly, it would be way more convenient for me to read on a Kindle, but I'm like, I don't need another screen in my face. So one of the things that I was thinking about doing was picking up like a recipe book and writing all my recipes down. And I found this one on Amazon and I think it's so cute because it comes with its own little box. And what I'm gonna do is just like every time, well, first I'm gonna go through and like put down all of my recipes that are like my go-tos. And then I'm going to, like, anytime that I make something that I like, I'm just gonna put it in here. And then it's so nice, it has like a table of contents in here. So then anytime I want to make something, I'll just go back and look from my recipe book instead of looking on my phone. So if any of you are like me, pick up a cheap book like this and write down your recipes. And I think it's so cool because that's also something that I could pass down at some point, like give to my kids. That was random, but I love to start my videos with a random anecdote. And now we're gonna go ahead and get into the empties. I don't even know why this is in here. I finished a contact solution, Opti-Free. I'm not even gonna talk about that. That shouldn't be in here. Tree Hut Tangerine Moisturizing Shave Oil. So these shave oils are definitely like a top favorite for me. I just think they glide on. I get a really close shave. I love all their scents. This tangerine scent smells so good. I love like an orange citrus scent. So nice. And yeah, they're just super easy to use. I like the shave that I get with them. I've bought this time and time again. I switch between this. There is a shave gel that I also really like, but these I feel like are easier to come by. Like, I can grab these in Target. And so this is usually what I pick up. This Pantene Miracle Rescue Deep Repair Conditioner. So I've been experimenting more with Pantene products. For the longest time I wasn't using them, and then I feel like everyone started talking about them again, and so I've been trying them out. And when I go to Target, there's always like these box sets where you get the shampoo and conditioner together. So I bought the shampoo in the box set that I had gotten the time before, and instead of the matching conditioner, it came with this one. I really like how this made my hair feel, but I do feel like there was a lot less product in here than there was in the other one that had come with the shampoo the time before. And I'm still currently using the shampoo that came with this conditioner in my shower. And so I just feel like they were a little mismatched in terms of how much product was in both, because I use that shampoo pretty much every time I wash my hair, and sometimes I use this and sometimes I use like a deep conditioning conditioner. And I still finish this up before the shampoo. So I do feel like there was a little bit less in that. So I'm gonna pay attention next time if I do buy like a box set like that again, which I'm sure I will because I have been enjoying it. I'm gonna pay attention. I think I still would get it if this was the one that was in there, but it's just something good for me to know that maybe I should just pick up another conditioner too, because I'll go through that one faster. So I finished a few products coming out of my skincare project pan. The first is this Avatara You See This Vitamin C Water Gel Mask. Just a sheet mask. I did enjoy that. And then I also had this Tony Moly sheet mask. I'm Lotus. Also enjoyed that. These were nice. I don't typically use sheet masks, and to be real, I don't don't typically use just masks in general, and I have so many of them. That's actually one of the reasons I started up my skincare project pan. And so I rolled all of these in, and I'm so glad that I spent the time and got them used up, because I feel like it was actually really nice to use a mask, and if I have the products, I might as well use them up. I also used these 24 karat gold under eye patches, and I mentioned in my skincare project pan, these were kind of weird. They like burned at first on my under eyes, and then they felt okay after that for a little bit, but every other experience that I've had with an under eye mask, they've been very cooling, so that was a little bit of an interesting experience. I don't think I'd pick up any of these again, to be fair. I think some of them were gifted. I think some of them were just like pickups on whims at Target. And I don't really use, like I mentioned, I'm not really wearing a ton of masks. I set up a whole project pan to go through products like these. So I kind of want to just like clear out my collection and then truly decide like what are the couple of things, couple of masks, specialty skincare products that I actually want to pick up and potentially use again. But I don't want to like stock up my shelves like I have in the past, because then they just sit there and sit there and sit there. And that doesn't make any sense. It was fun to use, but like I said, I don't know if I'll be going back to them. And then last but not least are my two makeup products. So this first one is my LYS powder. I finished this as part of my project pan, but I actually originally like used most of this up in my Shop My Stash project pan. I rolled this into my Shop My Stash a few times, ended up getting a pan on it, and then continued to roll it in, and just used up so much of this product that I was like, let me get it into my project pan and actually devote the time to it and finish it up, which I was able to do. And I'm so happy to have the empty on this. This definitely got used up faster than I feel like a lot of my face powders have in the past, or at least my pressed face powders, but I did enjoy it overall, and I'm glad that I used it. I don't know if I'll repurchase. I go back and forth with repurchasing makeup. There are very few products that I would pick up again, just because there are so many new things that I want to try, and it takes so long to finish something up that there's even more new things by the time I finish up a product. There was nothing wrong with this in the fact that like I would pick it up again, but I probably want to try something new, which means I wouldn't pick it up again, if that makes sense. And then I also finished up my ABH Clear Brow Gel. This is something that I actually would purchase again after I went on that whole rant about not repurchasing this. I just feel like brow gels, mascaras, eye primers, like yes, I like to try different ones, but I don't find them like super exciting products that I'm like, oh, there's something new in this space that I want to try, if that makes sense. So those are kind of like the exceptions to that rule that I was just talking about. I did really enjoy this product. I think I got it when it was on sale. Typically I pick up drugstore brow gels that come with a spoolie like this. And then I also have my ABH brow wax, which is like in a pot, and I use like a spoolie brush with that one. That one I've repurchased, and I stopped using it for a little bit when I got this, and now I'm back to using that. And I think I would pick up this again, but I also would pick up a drugstore version of this. I am not married to like any one brand. I think the one that I was using before this was from NYX. As you all can tell, I don't do a ton with my brows. I just like them to stay in place. So that is it for my empties video. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't have many products, and I guess I somehow got confused thinking that I did, but I'm glad I filmed this anyway, because I think it's also good for you all to see that like this is a realistic empties video, and I'm not finishing a ton of products. I know some panners are just like whipping through products left and right, but like I am not, and I'm trying my best to use everything that I own and work through my products, but it's not something that necessarily goes super fast all the time, and that's okay. I will be putting these two products into my bag that I collect my finished makeup products for, because at the end of the year I film a full makeup empties and talk about how much everything cost and compare that to the amount of money that I spent that year on makeup, and then also compare it to the years prior. I have several years kind of under my belt now to be able to look back on, so I find that very interesting. So these two will be going towards that and hopefully boosting some of those numbers. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.